Has there been any movement on the Snoopy Badass Pie roof?
Hey man, y'all tap in, bro. It's Cartier. You in Cartier world, man. Like, comment, sub up, bro. Like, comment, sub up. We do live stream now. So some clips might have an intro, some may not. But man, today we got Adam Accuses Wack of being fake with Snoopy Badass. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in, sub up. We need 5K sub. So sub, do y'all shit. I appreciate y'all, man. We growing the community, man. Reactions all the time, live streaming. Y'all follow me on Kick, Cartier MF. Twitch, everything. We really be on Kick, but yeah, y'all tap in, follow my shit up, and on Instagram, nigga.
Front, since you basically told him that he should leave that alone. I don't think he's going to leave that alone, right? On the Snoopy Badass Pie roof front, since you basically told him that he should leave that alone.
Sheesh.
I don't think he's going to leave that alone, right?
I think that interview put him in a position to where he can't go that route, but he can continue to grow in another route. Today,
this is true. Stop that gang banging shit, cause they talking about he a snitch. They talking about, nigga, you got put off and all this shit, all this extra shit, man, that nobody really gives a fuck about. And honestly, man, you a grown ass man, bro. Be a professional out here. Niggas on the internet, like, nigga, look you gunna, bro. Look you gunna. Like, shit. Like, niggas in the regular world, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a shit about none of that. So, like, you can still be successful, but you ain't gotta be all trying to be banged out and shit. That shit weird.
he texts me.
What's he saying?
Same shit. Like he's struggling with it.
With whether he should maintain his status in the streets?
He's struggling with it, brother.
And you got some fire Pacoima merch on, huh?
Yeah.
Where'd
on
you
the
get
fingers.
that?
On the fingers.
Oh, it's on the fingers. Oh, shit. Okay.
Pacoima collection.
That's hard.
He's struggling with, out of nowhere, he just texted me this shit. And I was telling myself, like, this is crazy. They must be with him. I don't think
That nigga Wack is built like a stud. Y'all look at this.
it was that bad. Was it that bad?
Okay, there's been a narrative put forth by some people
that.
who've suggested that you probably made him think that the conversation was going to go a certain way on the phone, and then once you got him on here, you ended up letting your true feelings / your whack theatrics show.
Nigga, say you two-faced. Nigga, when I seen you, it wasn't that. Nigga, but then you did the interview after and you was talking that shit. Nigga wanna know, why was you talking that shit? Whack? To Snoopy Badass, he like, nigga, is you a friend or a foe? Which one? Cause I seen clips, I'm like, oh, they seem like pretty like cordial, but he did get on them after. Niggas probably called in on Wack like, nigga, what you doing up there with him?
Basically seemed a little bit more negative than you might have seemed on the phone. Would you say that that's accurate? Because
No.
some people might say that you kind of did the same thing to G-Face. You spoke to him on the phone, you seem like you're on good terms, then you get him on here and you kind of grill him more than he might have expected.
Well, you said G-Face won the interview, not me.
Oh, so you didn't talk to him before the G-Face?
No,
okay.
not at all. Everything we interviewed about, I talked to Snoopy about on the phone.
Right.
Now, what would the fans have said if Snoopy got up here and all we talked about is his music and we let him
Niggas don't want to hear that.
talk about Munchie B and Spotted Loke and nothing else was
No, for
addressed.
sure. I mean, Snoopy was coming on here to talk about something pretty specific.
Now,
Yeah.
it's the same reason
Couple
why I interviewed 6ix9ine.
Right.
Nobody could interview these guys when it comes to that kind of shit, unlike somebody that come from that kind of shit. So I didn't ask him or I didn't say anything to him that I haven't said before. Right? So this morning, he hits me, says, how do you snitch on somebody and help them at the same time? Nigga said, why I didn't slide for Worm? But then said, oh, forgot you helped him and snitched on him. That's why them fake ass snitch allegations ain't gonna stick. Can't help a nigga and snitch on him. I replied, say what you want. That was snitching. You don't rewrite the rules. This is why I said this ain't for you. He said,
Yeah, Wack probably got that nigga hot. He like, but this this Pyru shit, nigga, is not for you. This blood, this gang shit, and that's okay too, bro. It's okay for that shit to not be for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga gotta normalize that too. Like, nigga ain't weird because you don't gang bang, nigga. Like, shit, get money, nigga. Get fly on these punk ass niggas.
Okay, you did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep telling him, maybe you should go start another movement. But in this movement, that shit don't fit. It'll never fit.
And you take offense to it because he's flying under the same banner that you've been under your
I have to, you know.
Would you care as much if he was representing a different flag?
If he was representing a different flag,
The principles would be the same, but you wouldn't
I would
feel
still
as
call him
invested.
out on it. But no, you know, you gotta understand, I got a certain obligation too. I'm scrutinized too for interviewing him.
Even for sitting with him.
Niggas
all
tapped
day
in
long
on
because by law, right, I was supposed to violate him.
Violate meaning
Violate him.
attack
Wack
him.
want
That's a
his
fact.
Pyru
But
card.
I spoke to the man as a man. I talked to you as a man. This is a place of business, and you know I really I stand on those people that he violated and whatever. Then that's something for you to deal with. Now, if we were in prison somewhere, and that was
If we was in prison, it's crazy, man. Niggas bro, you too old to be talking like this, Wack. Nigga, you been out for years, bro. Get that institutionalized shit up out of here.
but we're not in prison. You know, he's on the street. Y'all see him. Y'all know where he at. He moving around. He's living in the greater LA somewhere, wherever he's at. You know, that's on y'all to take that penitentiary chance and deal with that. But I did address it. He respected my call. I asked him not to disrespect his neighborhood in front of me because his neighborhood is a Pyru setting. When I hear anything like that, I hear everything that it represents, which at the end of it is Pyru. And then that forces me to have to engage in something I don't want to engage in because I just want to do an interview. But no, it wasn't, I didn't set out to dogging. I just set out to have a real conversation. I mean, Adam, you've been sitting down with me for a while. You know when I'm on some bullshit versus I'm just speaking some real shit.
I felt like you were harsher with G-Face. It felt like you were a little bit empathetic to Snoopy's situation, even though you were trying to hold him to the fire.
And you know why? I gained a little respect for him. The 3 times I spoke with him, one thing that was consistent was, okay, baby girl, it's time for nap. Time for your nap. Hold on, daddy, about to make you some lunch.
Right.
Okay, come here, get your thing, let me do your hair.
And even when booking the podcast with him, that was the biggest concern, was that he had to find time in which he wasn't taking care of the kids.
He's fighting for custody with his kids. So, you know,
Man, that's a stand-up nigga, man. That's the shit we should be celebrating. Like, nigga, he taking care of his kids. He out the way. Yeah, bro, but see, that's the thing, man. You make a decision as a kid, and you got to live with that shit for the rest of your life. And, you know what I'm saying? Niggas grow out of that. Niggas, you know, become whole different type of niggas. But, you know, it get kind of tricky, bro. It's a thin line, man. You signed up for it, so you gotta play ball. So it's kind of tricky. I do think Snoopy Badass could still be a nigga out here just doing something different.
that part of me,
So I agree with
I
Wack.
like, that's why I said, like, bro, don't keep playing with this because the way you see it, right, is gonna have you in a situation, another homie in a situation, and then maybe your kids without a father because you dead or you in prison or you end up in a wheelchair. So it's like he doesn't understand that this is how this goes. I mean, bro, I don't know if you play football. If a keep jumping off sides, they gonna take him off the field. You don't get it, bro. You can't move to the ball's height.
Yeah, now one thing about Snoopy Badass, he do be antagonizing niggas too. He be on them, talking big shit like y'all niggas this, that, this and niggas, and the whole shit. But that's just how he feel. But he right, nigga. You can get wiped out for talking like that. But he don't seem to really fear of that. He like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think he like super scared because he was with the activities, and he might not be scared of certain niggas. You know what I'm saying? But anything can get touched though.
I feel like one thing that always kind of stands out to me about the gang shit is that there doesn't seem like there's any room for forgiveness or learning or penance or, you know, it's
stupid.
Snoopy even during the podcast is acknowledging that he might not have handled that situation in the best way, that if he knew what he knows now, he probably wouldn't have, testified on behalf of this guy or whatever the was. And it feels like he knows that, but he also is wrapped up in this gang culture where there is no room for you to ever have made a mistake. And it feels like if he was being totally honest, he would probably just say, yeah, I fucked up, I made a mistake, I wouldn't do it again. In most walks of life, that's an okay way to deal with most things. But in the gang shit, it's like, you f up once, your name is permanently
But how
smeared.
we see it is, once you do it once, you do it again. Now, let me tell you what's f up about this. It's probably about 30% of the gang members put through the test. If you gonna tell or not, you under the light. We got another 70.
That's a fairly low percentage, actually. 30% of niggas who really just, you know what I'm saying, getting that interrogation room. Yeah, it's a lot of niggas who be skating. Well, not a lot. It's some niggas who never go to jail who be banging. Niggas only getting misdemeanors. Like, they kind of like, they don't die, or, you know what I'm saying? But that's very rare, because it's a lot of niggas who die, who got 100 years, who like, it's a lot of shit that be going on behind this.
20% out there that probably 60 to 70% of that 70% would tell. They've just been lucky enough not to be put in a situation. Right. I've been in a situation, accused of some shit I didn't do a couple times. Murders, robberies, booked me for it, and just fought it. It's a f***ed up feeling. Because you say, well, if you my homeboys, why won't you come take your shit? That ain't how it works. To you, you would be like, well, if that's your friend and you're in there for something you know he did, he would come tell him, right? That's not how this shit works. It's unorthodox. It's irrational. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is what it is. And like I told him, when you signed up for this shit, it wasn't based upon them changing any of the rules. And because he's not getting it, I know, look, today, what he wrote me, he's still fighting with his wrong being right. I know he'll around and make a haste decision, and then we'll look up, and I'm seeing on Instagram his baby's crying.
Damn.
So I'd rather say yo, bro, just go your way.
I don't want them to keep speaking death on this man. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like that. Like, don't speak death on that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let him rock out, do what he do. It's tricky though, bro. You know what I mean? You shouldn't even be speaking like this on that man. Hopefully Snoopy cool. Just chill out. Stop all that getting into it with niggas. Just relax, bro. Relax. We don't want these niggas dying for no reason, bro. That shit's stupid. It's played out. Niggas been gangbanging in LA 4-5 generations now. Niggas, what you can't see is dumb to do this shit. Like, it's dumb to join the gang, nigga. You going to jail or you gonna die, nigga. Like, it's a small percentage that make it.
Snoopy bad as a rapper, leave that alone. It's not for you.
Really makes you think about how f***ed up this cycle is, though, because like that guy who filmed the video where he popped out with the gun on Snoopy, I mean, if that situation had gone a little bit different, think about how f***ed up the lives of all his kids are if he gets removed from this earth over some clout chasing
And they can
ass
see
shit.
it.
Yeah.
And they would be able to
grow
see
up
it.
seeing it all the time. Yeah. And that's just like, think about that. You're creating kids who are going to be all f***ed up and to some extent probably going to want to get revenge.
Niggas don't care about that, Adam.
It's all bad.
But that's a revolving door.
Shame
So
on him.
I don't know. I've been hearing a lot. Oh man, you finished him. You this. I had a conversation with him. And I man to man told him, you know, bro, this ain't for you. It's not. He gonna get himself hurt, and it still might happen. You know, he didn't
don't talk like that on that nigga, man.
So you would advise him to actually leave shit alone, because it's kind of like he can't be a rapper if he's no longer representing that shit, right? Like people, his whole identity is based around his affiliation with the streets and shit, right?
But he's disrespected his whole neighborhood. His neighborhood cannot stand with him. His, you know, the female with him, I don't know if that's just his manager. She's bold, because she's from over there. You know, and he need to realize the more he does, he's putting her under the light.
Man, Wack, why you always want some niggas to, you know what I'm saying? Wack be trying to get niggas hurt. You know what I mean? Where the positivity at? You too old for all this negative ass shit. Like, nigga, you should be talking about your grandkids graduating middle school and shit. Your daughter's going to college. Like, nigga, this what you want to sit on here and be talking about, pushing this type of negative shit. That's why I said, like, Wack 100 a controversial nigga. He always be saying all types of shit. Now, you know, niggas agree, not agree, you feel me? But that shit, he be out of pocket, nigga. When speaking on, like, they just like, I be confused. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't personally know Wack 100, nigga, but it's like, what you on?
Then it's like, all right, well, you know, you need to let us know where he at, or we gonna act like you with it.
It seems like he's not that hard to find, based on that one dude running up on him, right?
Yeah, somebody know where he at. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully he be all right. You know, it is what it is. You know, shit, sometimes you gotta, you know, take that step. It may hurt in the beginning, but I think he'll be all right in the end. I think he'll live a better life, less stressful life, doing it another way. This shit gonna get him hurt, bro.
Now, that's smart. I do rock with Wack telling him, like, nigga be a, you know what I'm saying, do something different type shit. That is smart, you feel me? But, like, talking about he gonna be hurt and wishing shit on him, man, that shit weak and watered down.
I've yet to see anybody in the podcast space / like this kind of rapper landscape really publicly hang it up. Right? Like, can we think? Well, actually, no. I could think of some, but it's always like they hung it up before they really like got into the position.
Ain't nobody telling him not to be a man.
Right.
But the gangster shit ain't for you.
At 3 Small Business Insurance, we've made 3 big improvements